Good morning, friends. It's Friday, and you know what that means? Time for your Neuro Spicy Jojo and all of her thoughts. Okay, lifelong learners, this one is for us. The type that touch the stove to make sure it's hot, who tweak the recipe 1,000 different ways just to see what happens. We're not just living life, we're collecting data. And honestly, when it comes to relationships, we might as well have a lab coat. Thomas Edison failed over 1,000 times before he created the light bulb. Did anyone tell him, wow, he could do so much better than that last attempt? No, they called him persistent. They called him innovative. Me, I call it research. Now, most of my spicy joes end up being about dating and relationships because, frankly, that's where I found the most humor in my life. So buckle up, let's get into it. Here's the thing, people love to say she can do so much better or he can do so much better. Why is she dating him? As if the answer is always low self-worth. Spoiler alert, it's not always that deep. Sometimes we date someone not because we think we're unworthy, but because they feel familiar. Maybe they remind us of someone else that we once dated. Maybe they remind us of our upbringing. Maybe they give us breadcrumbs, but breadcrumbs still feel like home. That's what love looked like growing up. Maybe they suit the version of us that we were at that time, not the version of us who we're becoming. And yes, sometimes it's just simply fascinating. I've dated guys where I thought, this man is basically a walking case study. I need to see how this plays out. We call it was for research purposes because sometimes you're not there to marry the guy. Sometimes you're not there for the longevity. You're there to learn, observe, to gather data on what lights you up, what shuts you down, and what you will absolutely never tolerate again. And that's what dating is. It's collecting data. So men, if you've ever wondered why a woman stuck around when she could do better, sometimes you were the experiment, and that's not an insult. Maybe you were fun. Maybe we were teaching her something about herself. Maybe we're feeding a part of her ego or her inner child that still needed some soothing. And ladies, this is your reminder. It's not always time lost. It's not always a reflection of your worth. And sometimes it's just research. And you are allowed to learn that way. You learn about yourself reflecting in relationships. Because every wrong person is just another step toward the right one. This is your Spicy Joe Friday, and I wish you an awesome weekend. Send me a message if you want to open up the conversation